Hi, and welcome to the A Quilting Life podcast. I'm Chelsi Stratton from Chelsi Stratton Designs.
And I'm Sherri McConnell from A Quilting Life.
And this is airing Monday, June 12th. My kids are out of school. It's crazy. It's summer, full blown summer activities, swimming, the whole jam. So,
yes. And not too hot of weather for us.
Yeah.
Considering.
Yeah, it hasn't been that bad at all. And it's been the wind has kind of been keeping it really cool.
Yeah.
Do you like how we do a weather segment at the beginning?
I know. Well, no, I heard on the news last night that Las Vegas, it's been 200 and some days since last September, since it was over 100.
Oh, wow.
It might be the longest stretch in history of going without 100-degree day officially in Las Vegas. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You probably just officially jinxed yourself. You probably just brought on the hottest summer of your life.
Hopefully
Thanks,
not.
Mom.
But they did say I think it just hit 100 the other day, but now we're supposed to have 10 more days of 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll take everything we can get.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I also just have to say, I'm so glad I'm back.
Yes.
I have missed a couple episodes. I went through and first of all, Billy, I have to say you did a fantastic job. It was really strange seeing Billy in front of it was. So I wondered how that was for you. I thought you did a great job and I'm really grateful because I was kind of worried. I'm like, it's going to feel so lopsided if Mom is at the table by herself. And so I thought the episodes were great. And I'm just really, really grateful for Mom and Billy for stepping in and taking care of me. I am free and clear. I want everyone to know because people sent the nicest messages. I feel like lately this community has just been consistently building and lifting me up after life and all that stuff. So that was really, really kind. The comments were nice. And not even that. People had the best experiences to share. A lot of women have gone through this. A lot of our listeners have gone through the same experience with kidney stones. And there was even support groups that people sent me to on Facebook, with remedies. Yeah.
Wow.
And the suggestions their doctors have made, women who've had repeated kidney stones over the years. And it was really helpful and also just comforting to know
that you weren't alone.
Yeah, that I wasn't alone in this really painful experience. So I just have to say I'm really grateful it's over and really grateful for the helpful comments and kindness that everyone has shown me because I haven't ever missed podcasts. No. It was really, really crazy. So, I think I've missed a couple here and there.
Yeah, when we did some interviews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just thank you. So I am back and I do. Yes. I plan on staying healthy. We will see, but I don't know.
Well, so I'm happy too because thank you for saying I did a good job, but I feel much more comfortable back here behind my desk, behind the lights, behind the camera. Well, now I do have a camera here, but I'm not on camera the whole time, even when I'm not talking. I like cutting back to you guys.
A little bit of anonymity.
Yeah, it's almost like you're hyper aware of yourself, sitting in front of a camera. Well, good. Then everything is back to its normal, natural state, I can say then.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk about our sponsor for this episode, Cozy Earth, that we are just grateful to have. We love the Cozy Earth products, both of us, that we have, and we love being able to share a discount with you. And Cozy Earth products are from viscose, made from bamboo. They are ultra soft and temperature regulating, which is so important during this time of year for us, especially. I actually
sweltering weather.
Yeah, I actually bought a second pair of Cozy Earth sheets just so that I can rotate them.
What color did you get?
I got the darker gray. So I have the darker gray and the lighter gray. Yeah. So yeah, I used our discount code and I bought another set and because it's summer and
hot.
Yes. So we are really grateful and just want to remind you that you can use the code AQuiltingLife for 35% off any product on Cozy Earth site-wide. And now Chelsi's going to talk about the quilts.
Okay, so It's June, which is really exciting because we should be getting news here soon about Favorite Things shipping. We'll keep you updated on that.
Yes.
But because of that, I'm going to bring out some Favorite Things quilts.
That's yeah, good idea.
So no shipping news yet, but the estimated shipping dates for this month. Juniper Berries is on the wall. Billy and I had a video on this. It is a Moda boxed kit. Look for some of those with your local shops if you're interested. But it is layer cake and charm pack friendly, which I love because less ironing. So, Marion did the quilting on this. I love having the alternate blocks in this one as well. Kind of add something different with the patchwork, the mini stars, everything. And
So cute.
yeah. So there's that, Juniper Berries on the wall. And then on the table, we have Blissful. And this is a heart quilt that I made using like the reds, pinks, grays out of Favorite Things. And some of these fun background to give some texture to it, the low volume to give some texture to it. So this is Fat Eighth friendly. And yeah, so some Favorite Things quilts for you all. Summer sewing, Christmas in July feeling. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be here soon. So can't wait.
Crazy.
Can't wait.
Oh, and we will, if you're looking for these patterns, they will be linked. Yes. Billy will have them linked on this. So.
Oh, I want to mention too, I keep getting comments about the pineapple quilt on the ladder. And
I was going to bring that up.
I'll put a link. I'll give you a link. It's actually a free pattern from several years ago. I made that maybe
a long time
10
ago.
years ago, but I'm pretty sure I can still find the link to the pattern. So I will put that for you. I get email upon email upon email about it. And then I switched it up this time, and the quilt above it is from Susan Aki's book, her sampler book. So we'll put a link to that as well. And
it's lots of yellow. I like the yellow.
Yeah, I put them together because they both had the yellow. So, and then behind me, I don't know if that shows up too, but on the top is the log cabin quilt, and I actually have that as a PDF now available. It's also in one of my books. And the bottom one is the gumdrops that we just did the video on. So
they are a little bit in there. So
okay,
I might move it over in just a little bit.
Okay.
But I was going to say that pineapple quilt because it's funny whenever maybe sometimes you take a quilt off the ladder to put it on the wall or a table or something else with it. You put a new quilt on, and that ladder, as if people watch all of our videos, you see that we moved that ladder from my mom's quilting room to back to here when we do the podcast. So if there's a quilt on that ladder for a while, it actually shows up in a lot of our different videos and podcasts. And that one sort of stands out. And I was going to actually mention it to you that, hey, is there anything we can do with that pineapple quilt? Because people are really interested in it.
I think I got 5 emails this week.
Yeah.
So
You made a mini with just one block, didn't you? Okay,
I did.
yeah.
And
I
it's
remember
in my
that.
sewing room.
Yeah, it's in your sewing room.
Yeah.
That's why I remember it. So you did a good job with the quilts on the ladders for summer. It's very, very bright and cheery and oceanic and all that stuff. So.
Well, and there's a quilt that nobody can see that is my scrappy butterfly quilt.
It's so cute.
I made it on a retreat in Wisconsin, 2013. I still remember. At Lisa Bonjean's old retreat center. That's where I was when I made that quilt. It's funny how you remember if you make a quilt when you're traveling or something, you remember.
Yeah.
So it's very summery in my office.
I love it.
I'll make a note to take a picture of it and pop that up.
Or else you will get a lot of comments. We must see the butterfly quilt.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys want to, I know, Mom, we're into your happy-go-lucky sew-along, and if we wanted to sort of update everyone on that, the second video will have already aired by the time this came. Is there going to be a third, a fourth, or is it? Yeah,
there will be a third video for sure. Okay. And then also, just to reiterate, this is on the second video also, but I have just been getting as many emails on this topic as I have about the pineapple quilt, but people wanting to know if they can use can I use 2 layer cakes, or can I use a fat eighth bundle, or can I use 25 charm packs? So watch that second video, and I will talk about fabric on that video. So yeah, and there
questions will be answered.
Questions will be answered, and there will be a third video for that. So
it is so cute. I have to say, I did the PDF for Mom for that.
Oh, yeah.
And I was having so much fun with it.
So
I kept
cute.
like messaging her, do you like this? Do you like this? And it's adorable. And it made me want to make it. Just because I'm like, wow.
I think color in the
yeah,
little.
Yeah. I think I put more effort into that than I had like my own stuff. And so I was like having so much fun.
It's
like,
very
doing
cute.
It.
Thank you.
Oh, no. I was super, super happy to do it. I just was like, it made me all excited about future PDFs I might do.
Yeah. I think with a quilt with that many blocks, it's really helpful to have that too, because
it is.
Even if you feel like you're behind, you always have a record of your progress.
And here's the other thing. If you are like a list person or a checkbox person, it helps, for me, it helps keep me motivated.
Right.
When I have something on the wall and I get so excited about, I just made 3 extra blocks today. Like,
right.
I'm so excited I get to color them in. So, yeah. Can I chime in about summer sew-alongs?
Absolutely.
Too? Because I have had so many questions about the low volume Lovely Stars scrap bundle. I did a video with Billy prior, and so sometime in June we will just have 1 or 2 videos. It is such a simple quilt. It's a free PDF download, and a lot of people still couldn't find the download. It was only in a blog post that my mom had done. You can find that post. Maybe we can link it again.
We'll relink it.
We'll relink it.
This
okay,
episode.
I'm still getting messages daily, and I had some kits that sold out. I did red, white, and blue ones too, because we sold out of the low volume. But it's really simple, and we'll just have a couple really simple videos just showing how to put that together. So just for the people asking, that is coming, but we had said in a video prior, it's just really a simple thing. It's not like, it's just really relaxed, guys. It wasn't anything like really, really crazy. But a Regal Pine sew-along is coming in July, and that is using Favorite Things fabrics. So watch out for that.
Oh, I think I have to do that.
Yeah, I want you to do
it. Yes. I love that mock-up of that pattern.
Yes. And I have ordered fabrics from Favorite Things, so be on the lookout. I will be having kits for this as well. So it's a Regal Pines Favorite Things sew-along coming in July. Billy, I will talk to you more about that after this.
That's news to me. So
okay, so
that works.
I had a few people message me about that.
Yeah, and I mean, I put that on the outline as well because I knew in the video you said we didn't know exactly, but we knew June. But obviously we didn't get it done in May to have it up and ready for June because of what Chelsi was going through. But next week we should get those videos filmed and we'll get them out as soon as possible.
And Regal Pines is primarily going to be on my blog and on YouTube anyways, because we have a new fabric line we're going to be sharing in July, which is mostly going to take over my Instagram. So YouTube, blog, we'll share more about that later.
So basically a lot of good stuff coming up this summer, but more?
No. Just one more thing. Also, speaking of fabric lines, I'm just excited because I finally completed and turned in a new fabric line for
2024.
For spring 2024. And let me just tell you, I literally had kind of the same moment I had with the new one coming out. Is like I got the kidney stones and I was like, it's really actually difficult to work because you're just in a lot of pain. So it wasn't like I could just like sit in my bed and watch Netflix and like work, right? But it turned out really, really cute and I was excited and Mom was excited. But that's spring 2024.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about meeting goals, guys, I'm checking them off the box. Now I'm sewing and with the new fabric. But like I walk in the house today and all of Mom's are done. And I'm like, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
I've been totally missing on Instagram. I've just been locked away sewing. So.
You guys, this collection showing in July we say this every time. It's so good. It's so different. Mom did a great job. Okay, so now we can get into the real podcast. Sorry. Okay. There's a lot because I haven't been here.
Okay, so we'll jump into the listener quilts portion, which we had a couple, and we had I had saved one of these, obviously, for Chelsi to get back to because it features her quilt. But first, we'll do this one. And we'll have the pictures popped up, of course. So this is Hi, Sherri, Chelsi, and Billy too. My neighbor is a sweet 8th grader who loves dogs. Her parents gave her a puppy for her birthday, and everyone knows that I love dogs as well. Big dog lovers. And so she said she comes over to hang out and walk my dogs with me sometimes. My machines are up in the dining room, so she usually finds me sewing when she comes by. One day she asked if she could make a bandana. I took her to my stash closet and her eyes lit up. And I'll have a picture of the stash closet.
The moment.
She sent that.
Moment.
Yeah. So she said there are at least 18 baskets of fabric in this space. And like I said, she sent a photo. Of all the fabric, what do you think she chose? A lovely piece from your Balboa line. I had absolutely no hand in her decision making. She has come by and made several more, but I was tickled that her first choice was from your line. I hope it brings a smile to you and Chelsi too. Puppy Nina looks adorable in it, don't you think? And I didn't show you, Chelsi, but there's this little, I mean, it looks like
it's so cute.
Yeah, I'll go look at it.
Be a little puppy black lab or a mixed black lab, but
so cute.
It's a little puppy with bandana from your Balboa line. And that is from Diane. And yeah, great. That's awesome. I will always put dog. If you guys send dog photos with quilts, you can guarantee those will get up on the podcast.
Diane, Billy is going to be making dog bandanas now. Because
I should, yeah.
For Jack.
And I know we're halfway through 2023 now, and it's been really busy.
Oh, it's been crazy.
I've been doing something else on the side too, so I've been busy, but I'm still holding out hope that I can get some dog beds done this year. So
that is so cute.
All right, and then now I got to find the other one.
This is email. Chelsi's poinsettia.
Always remember
quilt.
that moment, though. Yes. Oh yeah, sorry.
So okay, so not much to email here, but she just let us know, and I'm not even sure who this is from because it was forwarded, but it's. She just said, it's attached is a picture of the quilt I made for my daughter for Mother's Day. When I saw the picture in your book, Home for the Holidays, I instantly saw tulips. My daughter loves pink tulips. I love this pattern. Thanks, Chelsi. I also have 2 more of your patterns cut out. And so, but that is the poinsettia quilt, and that picture will be up for everyone to see that she made. So great job.
It's beautiful. I did look at that picture before we started to podcast, and it's gorgeous. Yeah. That is like it's one of my favorite quilts. That and Amaryllis from the book are my 2 favorites. Yeah. And it's so adorable.
And the book is back in print now too. So crazy. Yeah, they got it reprinted so quickly. We're really happy because for a while there, you couldn't get it, and shops were messaging me that they had kitted projects from the book, and then they couldn't get the books. So the books are available. You can get them from C&T Publishing.
Yeah, we're grateful for C&T for picking up Home for the Holidays. Very, very exciting.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so now we'll move on to, I guess, my little section because I have a surprise for you guys today. Before I show the surprise, because it actually has to do with shirts, if everyone notices, I'm wearing the Golden Knights Western Conference 2023 championship shirt today. I had, and I don't know, I hope it doesn't lose us some listeners because I know not everyone is fans of the Golden Knights. Some people don't like that they've had a lot of success early on, but we are in the Stanley Cup right now. When this comes out, best case scenario, we may have already won it. Worst case scenario, we'd be tied 2-2. So we'll see where we're at. I always think ahead of these things, but I wanted to just represent that today. And again, if there's any listeners from Canada or some of the other cities we've gone through this playoffs, hopefully you guys keep the podcast on. But we are a Golden Knights fan, or at least my mom and I are. Yes. I don't think Chelsi's really quite sold on it, but
I'm really a hockey fan. But my husband lived in Canada for 2 years, and so he was looking up which team had the most players from Alberta. And I guess the other team has more players from Alberta, so he was being all saucy about it.
Oh, so he's going for the for Florida?
He's
Panthers?
not. Well, he's not really going for anyone.
Okay.
He's funny because he lived in Canada. So
I'm like torn because Billy got me a shirt like his, And I wore it for the first 2 games that we won.
Mom, this
And
is a thing.
Now I'm like,
You have to.
I have to wear it, right?
Oh,
I think so.
but we are so superstitious.
But
during
do
the
I
World
need to
Series.
wash it too?
Don't.
Even wash it.
Don't
Like
wash
just wear
it.
it during the game.
Yeah, maybe not. Just put it on right before the game, take it off, and leave it.
Yeah.
Literally. Mom, you have to.
I know. I'm like,
Just like air it out, lay it out in the laundry room.
Yeah.
Mom's going to be like really smelly. No one's going to.
Well, hockey in general is a very superstitious sport.
Really?
Like players will not touch the Stanley Cup unless they win it. They they feel like they curse themselves if they do it.
I've heard
And
that.
there's some other
My
weird
husband
things,
has touched it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
He
fine for like fans to do
Yeah.
it, but if you actually want to win it as a player, then
He went and stood in line on his mission and went and saw the Stanley Cup, had a picture with it and everything.
oh, that's
wow.
cool.
Yeah. Super cool.
That is cool.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna hand you guys something over here real quick. I was as you guys remember. Oh, well, also I can thank you in person again, Chelsea, for that jersey you got me, because as we mentioned before, I did go to Seattle with my fiance for a wedding.
Pop up a picture of it.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I'll pop
Billy
up a
wore the
picture.
jersey.
He wore the
in Seattle.
jersey.
I was so happy. I was so sad I couldn't be here. I was like sitting watching the video. I was all excited. Yeah, so I'm glad you were surprised.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. Because we had a plan to buy a jersey at the game prior to.
Yeah.
Good thing I came with the jersey because the team store was so packed. I would have never been able to find the specific one I wanted.
Yeah.
Which we went back the day after and I got it. But,
Yeah.
But I had the jersey you gave me for the
Yeah.
game, so it was perfect.
Perfect.
So Seattle was great. I'm gonna give my mom and sister something and then tell you guys a little story about something I found that has to do with quilting. We'll switch it from sports to quilting here. So
I'm so
Wow.
excited.
Wow.
Guys, I love surprises sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Here you go, Mom.
What?
And then they're tied up. You might want to take those bands off in there because they're sort of they might get on your quilt, the straw or whatever.
Oh.
The straw.
Open them up and.
Is one
Is
for...
one specific to the other?
You guys can choose.
You
which
choose. You choose. I love them both. You choose.
I don't know.
Okay. Black is actually my favorite clothing attire.
That's what I thought. I looked over and you're wearing a black shirt.
It's usually I'm only wearing black t-shirts.
So it says, I am a stashaholic.
one. Yeah, sort of. Is it tough to get those off?
Yeah, I don't... We're both like...
Billy's gonna have to edit this out
That's
because
fine.
We'll be
I
back
got
in
mine.
1 second.
I am a stashaholic. Our fabric stash. Where did you
Yeah.
find these?
Very cute.
Oh my god.
So I saw those. So if anyone's from Seattle or been to Seattle, there's the historic Pike Market. It's maybe you've seen the people throwing the fish on TV at some point, right?
Yeah.
It's this whole marketplace where above is a lot of produce and flowers and seafood and everything. And then there's these levels of shops that are essentially underground. And it's really wild. I'd heard of it first time I'd ever been there, and it just ran a lot of different artwork and just everything. It's pretty random, but there's more food and everything. So we were just walking through the marketplace in these shops, and then I came across this place, and it said Our Fabric Stash, and it was a little fabric store.
Yeah.
In this
fun.
market that's been there since I believe the 1940s. Not the store itself, but
Right.
the whole marketplace.
Yeah.
And so I walk in and I see those shirts, and I'm like, oh, that maybe my mom and sister like that because you guys are sort of stashaholics, I would say, right? You have pretty
I am.
extensive
Yeah.
fabric stashes.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went in there and it's a consignment store. So essentially, I hope I say this all right, but that they take other people's fabric stashes. They have a membership that you can join.
Oh,
You can
cool.
go to their website, ourfabricstash.com. I talked to the lady there. I told her, that you guys were fabric designers and for Moda and everything. And so she thought that was really cool. And she took down your information. She wanted to look you guys up. But yeah, it was cool. They had a bunch of like vintage fabric, old sewing machines.
Oh,
Like it was like
Fun.
really, it wasn't
Yeah.
I would have
like,
liked to go there.
yeah, it was really, it's just a little bit of everything.
Wow.
And so, but yeah, I think they take what they can get memberships and people send them the fabric and then they split
Then they
based on
resell
your
it.
membership.
Yeah.
You like split it 50-50, or
That's cool.
if you're a higher membership, you get more commission or something like
I
that.
see.
And then they sell it there
Yeah.
in the store.
And then it's down there in this like historic marketplace.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was like third floor, and it's really wild. If
Yeah.
anyone from the Northwest has been there, I'm sure they'll pipe in and be like, yeah, it's a neat place. So
Yeah.
anyway, so
Oh,
that's
that's
where
cool.
those shirts
Thank
are
you.
from, and I thought
Thank you.
you guys are somewhat stashaholics.
Just the fact that Billy like went into this store,
Into a fabric
like I
store.
want it, like I can picture it, but I wish I was there in real life to see him like,
On vacation,
hey,
even.
and going
Yes.
to a store with fabrics.
Well, I know, and I was telling Isabel, I was
What
like,
did Isabel say?
how wild is it? Like, because I went to some other stores, but you know, you got to be careful. One, when you're on vacation, like, what can I bring back? And
Yeah.
two, am I impulse buying like
Yeah.
this
Right.
poster of
Oh, we're wearing
something,
these in the podcast.
you know, wherever. But I'm like, how crazy! I came here. I mean, I got lunch and everything
Yeah.
there, but I'm like, that. This is my only purchase here. Was these two
Yeah.
shirts from a fabric store.
Yeah.
Times have changed for me.
What did
Yes.
you get on your trip?
Now, the following day or later that day when I went back to the Mariners team store, I did my
Yeah.
fair share.
You splurged.
Yeah, I helped
Yeah.
their economy out that day. But as far as in the marketplace, yeah, that was all I got.
Oh, that's fun. Really, thank you.
You're welcome.
On vacation thinking about us.
Yeah.
No, it is really funny though, because Harper, my middle child, came into my room the other day because I am sewing now. I was cutting out a new quilt, and she just looks in the closet and she's like, what are you going to do with all this? This is my kid that says the very outlandish things. And so I'm like, I don't know. Someday we'll get to it, which I probably won't. But it's, stash.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good question that she asked, really. And I
Yeah.
think that's
What
the
are
purpose
you?
of the store is like, do you have too much? Do you not know what to
Yeah.
do with it? Like,
yeah, because you're
send
not going to
to
throw
us.
it away. Like,
We'll try to sell it and
yeah.
you can get a little bit of commission from it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's other stores like that in other places in the country. I mean, to me, that sounds like a good idea, you know, for
Yeah, I think I've heard of one in Utah. I can't remember what it was
Oh.
called, and I don't know if it's really consignment or if it's just a store that accepts stash donations. But
Oh, cool.
yeah, I had heard of something similar before,
Yeah.
but only once. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
sort of a neat idea. Okay, well, with that, guys, we'll jump into the remainder of this episode. And I told you, Mom, we'd fill up a lot of time at the beginning.
Yeah,
So,
you were right.
yeah. So what I thought is, because Chelsea missed the last listener question episode and we talked about saving some of those questions for Chelsea,
Thank you.
figured, why don't we just do those today on this episode? And
I love it.
And we still have plenty more for our next listener question in July. But so I'll go ahead and read you guys these questions. And actually, we'll start with one that Mom sent me right before. Okay, so it says, "Hi, Sherri. I have a question I'm almost embarrassed to ask given how long I've been quilting, but it's always something I've questioned, so I thought I'd ask you and Chelsea's thoughts on it. I've always heard that you should backstitch at the start and the end of your seams, but truthfully, I rarely remember to do this. My question is, when it comes to chain piecing, does this, quote, rule get somewhat thrown out? I'm primarily a chain piecer, so I just sew my pieces one after the other without all the backstitching at the start and at the end of each piece. I'm curious to learn what you and Chelsea do. Thanks," and this is from Sherri.
Yeah. And she's in Illinois. So, yes, great question. No, I do not backstitch when I'm chain piecing. Do you?
Nope.
No.
I was
It's just
literally just barely
pedal
sweating.
to the metal. And
Like, is Mom gonna
oh,
Chelsea?
no.
No. My answer
Yeah.
is quick no.
Yeah, no.
No.
The only time I think I really backstitch now is if I know that I always backstitch on my border pieces
Yeah.
because that is, quilters have to stretch your quilt a little
Yes.
bit and you don't want the seams coming open
Yeah. While they're
where
doing
you've
that.
joined your border. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always have, anything on the outside of my quilt, when I give it to the quilter, has hopefully been backstitched.
That's instinct for me, though,
Yeah.
when it's the borders and stuff like that. That's just a go-to.
And if there's no border
Then you
and
just
everything,
go around it.
Yeah, everything has been chain pieced, I will just do in garment sewing, it's called a stay stitch.
Yeah.
Of 1/8 of an inch all the way around the edge, just to keep everything
around the
together.
entirety of the quilt,
Yes.
she's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because you don't want anything, again, when the quilter gets your quilt opening up.
Right.
Yeah. But never while chain
yeah,
piecing.
when I'm chain
That's
piecing,
the
I don't
whole
worry
point.
about it. Yeah.
That's like why my kids and my husband make fun of me is they'll like, my husband is always like a little aggressive in there because I'm like, like just going.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's like, is she angry? Like,
That's funny.
he's so funny. Or they'll get mad because it's
that's a
too
good-
loud.
Yeah, but that's a good question. So,
Yeah. I love that question.
yeah.
Don't feel guilty. Keep on stitching.
Yes.
Just chain piece your heart out.
All right. So this next one, and this is another one we specifically saved. This is from Donna, and we read one of her questions on the last episode as well,
So
but this
glad
is
you
her other
saved
one.
it. I have so much to say.
And she says, okay, so this is a weird one, but I would say it's a different one, but I don't think it's weird. I think it's
It's not
different.
weird.
Yeah. So she said,
a
but
valid
I've
question.
heard so many people commenting about it, and I've seen some t-shirts too. So when sewing, do you sew with shoes on? Do you sew with just socks on? Do you sew barefoot? This question can also be what is worn, pajamas, shorts, etc. I think the shoes, just socks, or barefoot would be a great survey question too, she said. One that Chelsi's daughter could tally up.
I have opinions.
She said, I think comfort is the key for some, feeling the pedal better for others, and just plain old preference for others. So, and again, that's from Donna. So yeah, I mean, I guess with the pedal, that she brings up a good point at the end that I didn't even think about, is that I guess it is a feel. Do you want to put your bare foot on the pedal, socks or shoes? Like what gives you the most, I don't know, feel for it? But what do you guys do?
Can I please go first?
Sure.
If there was a divide in quilters' personalities, it comes down to this. The people that sew with shoes on, the people with socks, and the people who are barefoot. I guarantee you they're all different Enneagram types. I promise you. Like,
That's funny.
Yes. I cannot even fathom sewing with my shoes on. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard of. But then it's almost like I have to like be one with the sewing machine. You know what I'm saying? Like the shoe is a divider for me. But then get this, I cannot sew if I'm barefoot.
Oh, interesting.
I have to have socks on. It is the cringiest thing. I don't know if it's because I don't like dirty feet or the texture.
Interesting.
Like super, super weird. So you guys, I am a socks on quilter.
Awesome.
Through and through. I don't even like cut anything without like with my shoes on.
Yeah.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
Why am I like this?
Yeah.
Billy's
No,
like
I like
laughing.
that. No.
Okay, I
So-
just have opinions about this.
So we're very similar then.
okay.
Yeah, I am a sock sewer also. And even if I'm at a retreat or something, sometimes I'll leave and I have shoes on there.
You leave
Sometimes
one on.
I'll leave my left foot, on and take my right shoe off.
That's what I do.
Yes.
Sometimes if I've been like if I know I have like 10-15 minutes of sewing, I just like flip that right shoe off and I
Yes.
go to sewing right away.
Yeah. But I don't wear shoes in my home really
Yeah, me
at all.
neither.
I have slippers or socks on almost all the time.
Yeah.
Right now I'm actually barefoot.
I
but-
did that at the retreat in California. I'm under the table like I hope no one notices.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I swear I like washed my feet.
Yeah.
And flipped that shoe
Well, there's
off.
probably other people that were doing the same thing.
I
You just
didn't
maybe
even
just didn't know
look.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to make a bracelet that's like fellow sock sewer.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
And then what about
Who
what you
wants one?
wear too? Like if I wake up early in the morning and I need to go in and sew, I'll just go in my pajamas. But generally I will get dressed before I sew. But
I mean,
that's only if I wake up at like 5 a.m. or something.
I pretty much always look like Mrs. Trunchbull when I sew from Matilda. Has anyone seen her? Like,
It's been a while.
a bun and like no makeup and like full on sweats and a huge t-shirt. But I will say this, that's basically what I wear every day. So, I mean, I'm mostly at home anyways, unless I'm like running my kids around to activities and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not really like, I don't know. Days when I podcast, I will oftentimes go home and feel really inspired and have a lot to do. And then I'm like dressed. But
Right.
guys, I am not wearing jeans.
It's all
while I'm
about
sewing.
comfort. Yes.
Yeah, it's comfort is key.
Yeah.
If you're going to be sitting there chain piecing
Yeah.
for a while,
Yeah.
you're going to want to be in sweatpants.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And I even have a hoodie because sometimes my house is really cold and it has like the thumb holes in it. So I can still work while I have this large giant hoodie on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I remember I was at a retreat actually in Oregon on the Oregon coast, and we had this big sewing room and I just wore socks. And I remember coming home from that retreat and unpacking my laundry, and there was so much thread on the bottom of those socks.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Totally.
Yeah, because everybody was just, there was thread and fabric everywhere. But yeah, sock sewers all the way, and comfort.
Sock sewers.
Socks and being comfortable. Yeah.
Comfort all the way. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
All right.
Billy's like, whoa.
We'll leave like she said, I mean, it would be a good survey question to.
Oh, please comment.
Yeah.
Please comment.
Leave
like,
what you
and
guys
I'm
do.
not judging at all.
Right.
I just have, like, please
Yeah,
feel
it's
free.
just what you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just what I do.
Yeah.
Enneagrams. If you're a type this or this.
Remember that Moda dinner? We were all to dinner, and I think it was Stacy from Ginger Bear started the Enneagram conversation, and pretty soon, like,
April too.
all of us were on our phones taking the test that didn't know.
Yeah. What our Enneagram was. April Rosenthal was a big part of that too. Paragraphs patterns. I remember specifically.
Yeah.
They probably both
It was
were.
in Houston.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we all all of the designers were taking this test, and it's really interesting because a lot of us are very like the same.
Yeah.
Very introverted. And I was actually telling someone the other day, they said, are you going to go to Quilt Market this year? And I'm like, well, I hope so.
Yeah.
And they're like, is that so crazy? Like meeting all the shop owners? And I'm like, it's so funny. The very last day, the Moda designers, because it slows down.
Yeah.
We'll all sit down like in a group and we'll just talk about how exhausted we are.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we're so tired because we're normally in our homes just sewing all day. Like, it's really funny.
Yeah. Good memories.
Good memories.
Okay, so the next one. Have you, Sherri and Chelsi, ever thought of doing a step-by-step book of how to start designing quilts? So the process of going from an idea to a pattern to finding a publisher the patterns, I'm guessing, then going from creating patterns to the fabric. I have a learning learning EQ8. Is that the right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
So she probably meant I have and have been learning EQ8.
Oh, and
That's probably what she meant.
Gotcha. But I have no
idea
how to start. So have you guys ever thought of doing some teaching as far as that, of how to do the designing quilts? Because obviously you teach some other things. But
Yeah, it would have to be multiple classes actually.
Yeah.
But EQ8 is a terrific program. We both use it, and there are a lot of great resources on the EQ blog they publish, and you can search back. And so I just feel, and they even have classes that they offer that you can attend in person.
Yeah.
And I had a book with my first version of EQ. I actually won on a blog giveaway before I was really doing much designing. And it came with a manual, a hard copy book.
Oh, wow.
And
Good
that
for
was
you.
super helpful for me in the beginning to get to learn the program. And then as it's gone on, when there are things that I don't know, I either reach out to somebody else or search their blog. But yeah, there are a lot of different steps, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, from going from an idea to a pattern to writing the pattern. And they don't all involve the program, So, yeah.
I will say this about EQ8 really, really quick. My knowledge of it is still not extensive. That's mainly because I'm very stubborn. I didn't even know there was a hard copy manual. There are a lot of things I don't know about the program, but I just have fiddled with it so much that I know what I know to an extent, but yeah, there's so much that goes in to it. I do a lot of design in Illustrator as well, just like as far as diagrams, because I still have to.
Right.
I will say this about classes. I am not opposed to it, and based off of some experiences I've had this year, there's a lot I actually would like to do in terms of creative freedom and sparking that desire more in people. So I don't know. Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
There's a lot I would like to do now.
Yeah.
From a lot of growth I've had recently. So, and just wanting people to feel like this is a community you can step into and hands down start designing if this is what you want to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, and then we also, as you guys are talking, I'm thinking, wait, we just, 2 episodes ago, one of the episodes we did without Chelsi, we had Elizabeth on,
right.
and I mean that's one of her things that she does is she teaches the quilt
100%.
pattern writing. So
Yeah.
so if the listener or who asked this question, if you didn't see that episode, I believe that would be episode 83. You can find out more information about her classes and how she does it.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of platforms now that would make it really easy for Chelsi and I to do something like that online, together and have it on a platform. And so that may be something we do in the future.
Yeah, something that we hope will bring value.
Yeah.
And something definitely I've thought about if Mom is open to it.
Okay. Next question then. So why do seams need to be flat? I don't get all the hype about clappers. This may be because I hand quilt most of my quilts or machine quilt them myself, but please help me understand.
Yeah, I think if your seams are flat, your quilt looks better. I'm looking at this. This is perfectly flat.
Oh, thank you. I thought she was going to be like, this is horrible.
I don't think so.
I get really nervous.
I'm not the quilt I always tell people when I teach, I am not the quilt police.
I'm hypercritical of myself, though, which is why.
No, I feel like I always show people the correct way to do something, but then I never would judge their work or say you need to. My question is always, if someone comes up to me, I always will say, well, do you want to take it out and redo it again? I'm not going to tell you to do that. So.
Oh, you are so like that. And this is my childhood girl. I wanted the answers all the time. I'd be like, Mom, just tell me. But Mom is really good about personal growth. But she's not wrong. You can feel it if it's not.
Yeah.
You can feel that. And sometimes when I sew something, I'm like, oh, that is kind of bulky right there.
Yeah.
The simple answer is reducing bulk. But yeah.
And she said that she hand quilts most of her quilts. And so she's probably able to arrange that hand quilting where she's not quilting right over that bulk. But a machine quilter, it can mess with their needles it's especially important. Yeah, when you have a whole bunch of seams coming together, that those seams are flat.
Imagine how many needles they go through, though.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah. So to me, that's
good question, though.
I guess if you are a long armor, you could also chime in the comments and questions about that, about your preference for having flat seams.
I'm going to say this about clappers, too. They're pretty. A lot of times I'm like, oh, I love this clapper because it's so pretty.
Yeah.
So, it's not you don't have to do it, but yes, there's a purpose for it. So.
Yeah. And I think clappers are especially helpful if you don't want to get up and go to your ironing board all the time. It will give you that pressing that you need without having to always iron.
It works well.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're great at classes and retreats too.
Works.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So one more, and this is and she asked me to, if she said, if we read the question, please say my name, and told me how to pronounce it. So this is from Karen Lineback. She says, our guild is brainstorming workshop ideas. I suggested a featherweight workshop that teaches cleaning, oiling, and basic maintenance, but we're a little short of other topics. Do you have any other ideas about what else we could offer the members and or guests for workshops? I'm not talking about program ideas, but actually hands-on stuff, etc. Thank you so much. I don't miss a podcast. Love you all. And that, again, that's from Karen Lineback.
Yeah, that's a great,
I love this question.
great topic. Yeah, and I'm thinking actually of this retreat that I used to go to a lot at Bryce Canyon at the Ruby's Inn Hotel. They were the original developer of that retreat, Bonnie Miles. She's pretty much a legend. If you're from Utah, you've probably heard of Bonnie Miles. And she ran that retreat for decades. But she was really good at coming up with workshop ideas that I thought were fantastic. And sometimes in the evening, she would just do a short class and she always had projects that you could do from your stash.
Ooh,
workshops.
I like that.
Yeah, and you would get a folder with ideas, and it was all free. It was all just a whole bunch of different ideas that then you could take home and use all those ideas to use with your stash. I always thought those were great ideas. Also, quick little bag projects are great workshop
Yeah.
projects.
Something small.
A little small project, a little tabletop or a bag, even if it's something to put on your couch, a pincushion with a little scrap bag thing attached or whatever. All those little projects are great for workshops, I think.
I like it.
Yeah. And I've also seen a lot of featherweight workshops when I'm at those bigger retreats where they do teach
how to take care
how
of
to
it.
take care of your
use it.
featherweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've even seen an advanced featherweight class, the basic one and then an advanced one. So, yeah. Anything. I think organizing would be a great idea for a workshop topic too. How to organize your stash.
That's something I would like to teach.
Yeah.
That would be fun too.
Yeah. So hopefully those are some
good
ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Deal. Well, that was the last question. So
Okay.
Today was good. It felt good to be back.
Yes.
This was like my chair, okay?
Yes.
I'm happy to be back over here too,
Yes.
like I said.
Billy's like, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
No, I'm really happy to be back. I thought today's episode was great. And the nice surprise from Billy.
Thank you.
There was a lot going on. Hopefully we can get our schedules working together with all the so-longs we were talking about.
Yes.
And so our next podcast episode.
Oh, hold on. I forgot. I should have wrote this down too. It's technically this episode is in between last episode and this episode. This is our 3rd year of podcasting.
Wow.
Because it's our first
Did
episode
we miss the mark?
was June 2020, and now this is our first episode in June of 2023. So
we didn't have
a little
cake.
bit of a
we've podcasted 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Should have announced that at the beginning, but
Wow.
Yeah.
Next time I'll bring cake, guys.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
so thank you for everyone that's been
Thank you.
listening
Yes.
for over 3 years now.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
been-
exciting.
Yep.
That is so crazy.
85 episodes. So by next year, we'll obviously, I think we'll hit 100, maybe just the beginning of next year.
We'll do something wild for the 100th episode.
Yeah, that will be really fun. The 100th episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, I forgot to mention.
No, that's
No,
fine.
that's
That's
great.
crazy. I'm like sad I don't have like a treat for us.
Yeah.
I'll make up for it,
Save
guys.
it for 100. Yeah.
Yeah, save it
Yes.
for 100.
Yes.
Okay, so our next podcast episode airs Monday, June 26th. So we will see you then.
Thanks so much for stopping by.